kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a honey roasted and Guinness pork hocks, and we're going to be serving it with a mashed potato and winter vegetables. So let's have a look at what we need for this recipe. So here we've got a couple of pork hocks. It's an absolutely delicious cut of pork, one that's often neglected but tastes delicious. Now we're going to be cooking these first. You'll either boil them or you can pressure cook them as we're going to do, and we're going to be adding in some potatoes, parsnip, some brown onions, a couple of carrots and some celery, and we're cooking these first before we roast them. When they're completely done, we're then going to roast them off in a beautiful Guinness and honey broth. Okay, so I've chopped my vegetables up here coarsely. Now if you were doing this on a pot on the stove, you would take your pot, put your hocks into here with your vegetables, cover it completely with water and bring it up to a boil, and then you'd need to simmer that for about 2 hours to let the hocks cook through. We're going to be doing it in a pressure cooker to speed things up. So we're taking our rough cut vegetables, we're popping them into our pressure cooker container. Put about half of them in first, then take the pork hocks, lay them on top of the vegetables. Okay, and now we're going to, I'm adding a few sprigs of thyme in here just for extra flavour, and then we need to season with a bit of salt and some black pepper, fairly healthy amount of black pepper, and then add the rest of our vegetables on top. Now we don't need as much water as you would if you were boiling these on the stove top. I'm going to put a pint of water over the top of these, and that's going to go into our pressure cooker now for approximately 45 minutes to an hour, and that'll be a lot quicker than cooking it over the stove and be perfectly cooked, ready for the second stage of the meal. So into the pressure cooker goes the whole pot. We pop our lid on, turn it and lock it, and then we're just going to turn it on and put it on for 50 minutes. I shall put this on for. So 50 minutes, and when we come back, that'll be all cooked. Okay, our pork hocks have been in for 50 minutes now, and I've allowed the pressure cooker to depressurize. And we just take the lid off. Smells delicious. So we can remove this in a bowl and take it over to the side and take the hocks out. I'm going to keep the vegetables for this aside, because if you watch and subscribe to the video later on, you'll be able to see we're going to turn this into a lovely vegetable soup with all the stock and juices that are in here. We're not using that for this particular stock, for this particular hock recipe. So let's get this onto the side. So I pop the pot down there on the side, and I'm going to bring these hocks out. As I say, we don't need to worry about the, oh yes, they completely cooked through. We don't need to worry about the vegetables at the moment, because we're going to be using those with all the beautiful juices that are in here to make a thick winter vegetable soup, which will be on another video. So please subscribe, comment down below if you want, but subscribe to the channel and you'll see what we do with this stock in another video later on. So now we're just going to take about a tablespoon of honey, and we're just going to pour it over each. We're not pouring it, we're just going to lay it onto the hocks and let it melt over the top for the sweetness. So remember, this is a honey and Guinness mixture. So I've got myself now some Guinness, Irish Guinness Stout, and we're just going to take that bottle and we're going to pour about half of the Guinness over the hocks. Actually, we're going to put 2/3. I'm keeping a little bit back for the chef. For those of you who haven't had Guinness before, try it. It's absolutely delicious. Now we're going to pop that in the oven at 180 degrees, and we're going to roast it for about 1 hour. And I'm going to use this basting tool here. Occasionally, every sort of 15 minutes, I'm just going to be taking the sauce and I'm going to rebaste over the top of the hocks. I'm going to do that probably every 15 minutes to continue to moisten the hocks and allow them to go a lovely golden brown. So our hocks have been in now for 15 minutes, and we're just going to pull them out and give them a bit of a basting. So we'll just suck up some of the juices with our basting tool and just pour it over the top of the hock, like so, just a few times. And we're going to do this a further 2 times in the hour that we're baking this, which will help get a lovely golden brown top to the hocks. Okay guys, pop that back in the oven. So they're the hocks. They've been in the oven now for about 45 minutes and they're perfectly glazed on the top. We're just going to take them out and plate them on the side now. Okay, we've got the hocks down here now on the side, and I'm just going to take them out and pop them onto the plate. Ooh, slippery little things. I'm going to pop them on the plate to allow them to rest. And what I've got left here is a sticky sweet sauce, and I'm just going to deglaze the pan and make a little sauce to pour over the hocks once they're served. So there you have it guys. I've just put water into that pan and I've just used it to deglaze the pan. And remember, we've got all the meat juices in here now, the honey and the rich Guinness flavour, and that's going to make a lovely pouring sauce. We're just going to take that out in a moment and pop it into a little jug and pour it over the meat when we serve it. And there you have it. That's a honey and Guinness roast hock served with mashed potato and sugar snap peas. I'm just going to pour that lovely Guinness sauce, that rich honey sauce over there, and maybe a little bit over the potato as well. And that is ready. It's a hearty meal, it's a big meal, but that's ready to serve, and that's going to taste absolutely delicious. So remember to subscribe and watch the next videos guys, and remember that we're going to be making a lovely big hearty soup out of the stock that we made earlier on. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.